What's up, guys? This video is basically going to be talking about a lot of the stuff I'm doing as like references and research about the areas that I'm doing. And what I'm doing is obviously areas that we know about: Wild West, Texas, Mexico, Arizona. But I'm a huge person in like the Latin culture and Latino culture and surrounding areas and all of that. So I'm gonna give us places that games haven't showed us or talked about, and movies and TV shows. I'm talking things like what was going on in Canada during the 1800s. That Canada's going to come eventually. Mexico, the map itself is it's drawn out, it's made. I have the borders, all engraved out how I want the map to look in the game. And then what will happen is, with all my artwork, I'll fill it in with the towns, rocks, lizards, cactus enemies. I'm gonna have a cactus enemy that jumps out of the ground, and he's gonna. My idea, I haven't had that part working yet, is to grab onto you and you gotta wiggle your way out because it's a cactus. So a lot of the artwork right now I'm gonna be working on is Belize and Guatemala have a lot of conquistador and temples, very jungle, you know, bright colors with their food and buildings. And like I said, a lot of games haven't, and TV shows haven't showed us or talked about what was going on, except for just, California, Arizona, and Texas, which are great places. But I want other things to be shown, which will come in time. So, I mean, it really comes down to gameplay wise, because I'm gonna have it set out where Mexico has certain things, Texas has certain things. Like it's gonna be a survival game without the every 5 minutes your guy's hungry kind of crap. Just like empanadas, I'm gonna have a picante empanada, which when you eat the picante empanada will help you against cold and maybe resistance to something else. I don't really know that part yet. I'm also kind of tired of, like, in games you can make a cookie, but you can only make one type. You can make the bread, but only one type. So it just doesn't make sense. And you can go out and buy food if you want to, but I just want to have it that, like, whatever you really want to play as, whatever you really like role playing, I want you to have the ability to do it, except in the Wild West. I do have a friend that is a coder, so he's going to be taking over the coding for me. I'm finishing up the artwork when it comes to surrounding areas. Every bar, every town, everything is hand drawn and hand placed. I don't want things to be cookie cut paste. I just don't like that. I don't like going to towns and being like, "Oh, it's a new town," and all of a sudden you feel like you've seen the town before because it's copy and paste. So that's going to be a little bit of time, especially with things being so hectic with trying to find work. I can't find a new job. I lost my job after my grandfather's funeral. So I've just been getting ready for my competitions and doing this. Thank God, game development doesn't cost money if you know how to do the art yourself and music. The only thing that you'll have to deal with is if you outsource, like, for coding and it's someone you don't know, or voice lines and it's someone that's an actor and you want to pay them. So it's just one of those things. My clothing company, I'm still running it. Luckily I can take care of that. I'm kind of floating myself really financially, but it's okay. That's fine. Things happen. But I'm taking inspiration from a lot of movies and real life. And some things are going to be like, okay, you could find something in 1840, but you wouldn't find something till 1870. It's not going to be that deep historical. It's basically going to be pretty much all of 1800s thrown in. I eventually have seen it working, but I want to get later on. I want to have multiplayer because it'd just be hilarious to watch and just to see the crazy things you guys would do. So yeah, I just wanted to have a 5-minute video just talking about the places that I'm looking at. Um, just showing you like how I'm getting inspiration, and then I pop right back down into Asprite, and I might take some like shapes and stuff like that, throw it into Asprite, and build it out, put in my windows and my writing and my textures and the poles and all of that. You know what I mean? You just take a square, turn it into what you need to do, and change the shape if you fucking need to. And that's what, it just helps me when I'm looking at all these references, which speeds up the process a lot more. So I hope you guys have a good night and a good weekend. I will show you guys some stuff later.